Hey Resonators! Okay, so I have two really annoying Am I the A-hole stories about wedding drama. I was scrolling through the subreddit and these are two of the top stories of the week, and I swear you guys are gonna be so triggered. Especially by the second story. So I hope you enjoy the video, you be the judge, and let me know if you think these people are the a-hole or not. Also, I want to know your vote on which one of these two zodiac jars you like the best, Leo or Cancer. Alright guys, here is the first story. Am I the a-hole for pulling out of planning my sister's wedding, causing her to lose the venue? As a wedding planner who has been in the industry for many years now, my 31 male party trick amongst close friends and family is being able to guess how long my client's marriage will last with a pretty alarming accuracy. If you ask anyone in the industry, there are specific indicators while working with a couple that allow us to be able to gauge compatibility. I can usually get down to around a 6-month window when predicting when photos of each other will disappear from social media. This is not me taking joy in crashing and burning of relationships. Working in this career field can actually leave you feeling jaded about relationships in general, which is why I'm reluctant to work for friends and family. The specific stress wedding planning puts on people and couples can bring out the worst in them that you don't see in everyday life. My sister is getting married early next year and practically begged me to plan for her despite my stance on clients I know personally. I finally gave in and we began the process back in March. Last week, while we were meeting and finalizing a few things, she asked me about the party trick I mentioned. She said since I have been working with her and her fiance for months now, I could give my prediction as to how long they were gonna last. I laughed and tried to move on. I thought she was joking, but she continued to press the issue. After her just keep bothering me about this for about 15 minutes when I was trying to move on, I finally told her that I thought it would last forever. She claimed she didn't believe me and wanted to know my real number, so I shrugged and told her the truth. 1.5 years. She was absolutely livid. I felt incredibly uncomfortable with the whole ordeal, especially with how little she respected my boundaries and what was supposed to be a professional setting. So I just tried to usher her out of my office. Instead, she began ranting about my own marriage and said that she gives us until the end of the year before we break up, then accused me of being a homewrecker. She finally left and I emailed her saying I would no longer be involved in planning. I gave her the contact information for all of the vendors we were working with, but told her that the venue would no longer be available as they only booked with people that they have an existing relationship with, and my involvement was necessary. I've had to break up with clients before, but this felt particularly rough. Now she's telling our parents that I purposefully sabotaged her wedding and that I was unforgivably rude to her when she just asked a playful question. Honestly, I feel a little silly for even letting a person disrespect my boundaries over and over again. That's something I would typically never tolerate. But now I'm wondering if I'm in the wrong. So am I the a-hole? Absolutely not. I don't care if you're family or not, I am not gonna work with somebody who disrespects me or my boundaries. For one, the party trick is just a guessing game. Yeah, OP might be good at it, but it's still just a guess. So the fact that the sister took it so seriously and personally is just ridiculous. Very, very immature. And honestly, she just got what she asked for. She wanted her brother to be honest with her, and he was. So obviously, OP gets a 0 out of 10 a-hole rating, and the sister gets a 9 out of 10. She should have never pressured her brother for an answer in the first place. And when he did answer, I don't know why she didn't just laugh it off and move on. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key wondering if OP's guess was right. Hopefully they'll be posting an update in 1.5 years so we can find out. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this first story, and here is story number 2. This one got me so mad. It's called, Am I the a-hole for telling my fiance that my daughter has to be in our wedding? I, 45 male, have a daughter, P, from a previous relationship. I divorced my ex-wife on good terms and we share 50-50 custody of P. She's now 11. After I divorced my ex-wife, I met my now fiance S. S and my daughter got along very well. After 5 years in my relationship with S, I proposed. S was super excited and wanted to start planning the wedding right away. She looked at venues and started asking her friends to be bridesmaids. She then told me that she wanted her niece to be a flower girl, which I had no problem with, but I said that I also wanted P to be a flower girl. S looked at me funny and then said that she didn't think P would fit the part. I got angry and told S that my daughter would be in our wedding. S started to become upset and said that the girls in the wedding were up to her and P wouldn't be one of them. I told S that if P wasn't in the wedding, then there might not be a wedding. I stormed out and took P to get ice cream. P knows that we're getting married and told me that she thinks she'll look pretty in whatever dress S decides that she should wear. This broke my heart and I decided to text S. I told her that I would be staying at a friend's to think this over. My mother-in-law texted me saying I was overreacting and that my daughter doesn't have to be in my wedding, and that I was an a-hole for saying that I would cancel. So did I take it too far for saying I would cancel? Am I overreacting or just being a good dad? Guys, now I'm sure you're as mad as me in this situation. Obviously, this fiance is out of line and she needs to be kicked to the curb. I would absolutely never marry somebody that didn't want my kid to be part of their wedding. That's ridiculous. OP is definitely being a good dad for standing up for his daughter, and I gotta give the fiance a 10 out of 10 a-hole rating. How dare you marry somebody and not expect their own child to be part of the wedding? She's starting to sound like an evil stepmother already. Okay, so OP posted an update for this story, and guys, it gets worse. Wait till you hear the reason why the fiance didn't want the daughter to be part of the wedding. Okay, so he started off by answering a few questions that everybody was asking. My daughter is not disabled, chubby, or having an awkward phase like braces and glasses. I did ask if P could be a groomsman, and S immediately shot me down. S is 39 and the same race as my daughter, and this is her first marriage. I came home to talk to S today. When I pulled into our driveway, my mother-in-law was sitting there in her car. I got out and went inside trying to avoid talking to my mother-in-law. S was sitting at the kitchen table and I joined her. She sat in silence, so I asked the first question. Why does P not fit the part and why don't you want her in the wedding at all? Her answer full on shocked me. She quietly said, I was hoping that after the wedding you could become a holiday visit only dad. I didn't want her in the wedding so she wouldn't be in the photos around the house since she wasn't going to be around that much. I kept my cool and calmly took her hand and pulled my engagement ring off. Her eyes started to tear up. She said that we shouldn't end our marriage over this and that she can change. I told her that the damage was already done. Then I told her that I wanted her things moved out by next week and that she could come and get them when my daughter wasn't home. The house is fully in my name and I paid for it. Luckily for her, I was allowing her to get her furniture out that she paid for. She stormed out and my mother-in-law came knocking on the door saying I was being unreasonable. I couldn't imagine only seeing my daughter 3 or 4 times a year. The fact that S wanted me to give up part of my custody blew me away. I'm completely in shock. Our honeymoon was supposed to be in Hawaii. Looks like me and P will be going instead. Wow, just wow. I am so glad that he decided to back out of that marriage. He definitely saved him and his daughter a bunch of heartache. And after reading that update, I have to give the mother-in-law a 10 out of 10 a-hole rating as well. She's just as bad as her daughter. How could she say that he overreacted when his fiance literally told him that she didn't want his daughter to be a big part of his life? Just completely out of line. So you guys have to let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. All right, besties, now that we reached the end of the video, I need you to let me know which one of these 2 zodiac jars you like the best, Cancer or Leo. Anyways, I can't wait to see what you guys think about these stories. And as always, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Peace.